What is up, everybody? This is Zacharias. We're back again with more of Avernum Escape from the Pit. So let's go ahead and continue. We're now at the Tower of Patrick. First, we'll explore the outside real fast. And then we'll head on right inside. Oh, we're at the delivery entrance here. Patrick's tower is protected by a contingent of Avernite soldiers. However, only the old and wounded are sent back here, far from the front. The soldiers here are acutely aware of their unwanted status, and they are irritable and defensive. You don't learn anything from them. You pass through the subterranean garden rich with the smells of algae and mold. A few of the plants growing in the trade spit tiny, harmless thorns as you pass. Someone is breeding dangerous, carnivorous fungi, and then you hear clay breaking. The pots around the edge of the room shatter, one after another. Plants tower from the wreckage, alerted by the vibrations of your footsteps. There is a long pause. Perhaps there is something you could have done to tell them that they shouldn't attack. If there is, it doesn't happen. They attack. Well, we fought fungus before, so this should be no issue. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. There is a mage living down here in the tunnels under the tower. He is young and only slightly pale. He must have been sent down here only recently. His hands have green stains, probably from the plants and mold he has been raising. Who disrupts my solitude? I told Patrick that I would be left alone. He looks you over. Well, you are a warrior. I suppose that is impressive. I am Arcanist of the Third Circle at Lethem. Were those your plants that tried to kill me? They were. You should not have bothered them. Now I will have to grow replacements. Arcanist of the Third Circle? That was my title when I was an official. Sanctioned Mage of the Empire. A lofty position in case you didn't know. What was your specialty? Magic with plants. Curing blight. Creating new species. And so on. That is one small consolation of being sent down here. Your flora is fantastic. Why were you sent down here? I access forbidden knowledge. I admit it. I should have waited the few years it would have taken to reach 5th Circle, but tomes of that level were far too tempting. What are you making here? New, powerful varieties of flora. Research in this area has stagnated down here since crazy old Archmage Erica went off and became a hermit. Lethem, Arcanist of the Third Circle, or so he described himself, walks around his workshop, tending to the many plants under his care. He usually ignores you. Why are you down here? Honestly, I can't stand the sight of you Avernites. So docile, so sad, making your pathetic villages and hoping to be left alone. And what should we be doing? There is power down here. Raw, natural, magical power. In the stones, in the plants. Take it, feed off it, make a new nation, greater than the one above. He shakes his head, but then I suppose not all have my ambition. Well, I know somewhere you might go. Lethem seems intrigued. Go on. A man named Kaias is hoping to form a new nation. He's looking for mages. You tell Lethem about Kaias and his fort. This Kaias fellow does seem ambitious. I'm intrigued. He walks over to his bedroll. Inside of 5 minutes, he is packed up for his journey. I suppose I am grateful. You can have what I leave behind. I tire of this place. Then he walks out of the room. Okay, so now we can loot up without anybody seeing us. Okay, so I need a stronger dispel barrier? Is that what it is? Okay, we might have to, that'll be something we'll have to come back to then. A big, beefy guy with a flush face bustles around. He's stirring something up in a big bowl. What are you cooking? I'm making dinner right now. He proffers a bowl. Want a taste? Sure. He gives you a spoonful of some sort of pasta sauce, with cavewood fruit used in the place of tomatoes. It tastes hideous. Marco notes your reaction. Not quite there yet. I'm having trouble with the ingredients. What ingredients do you need? I was a cook on the surface before my big mouth landed me down here. Since then, I've been trying to make a good pasta sauce, but I just can't seem to get the ingredients to make it work. If someone could bring me some decent oil or some garlic, well, I'm just dreaming. He returns to his work. I don't blame him for at least trying. A tired and bent old man sits on the throne. His rich robes hang loosely from his thin frame. He seems very weary and alone. When you approach his massive desk, he looks up, but he barely seems to see you. Decades in Avernum have left this once powerful wizard a shade of his former self. Still, he maintains a sense of courtesy. I welcome you to my tower, traveler. I am Patrick Padraig, and this center of learning is my home. This is where I live. My battles are long done. Are you in charge of this fine tower? He sighs. Yes, I am. Once I fought, then I built, now I just wait. Oh, how I wait. How long have you been in Avernum? Since Avernum began. What did you build? I was one of the triad that ruled the Tower of Magi for many years. We and those under us wrote most of the books of magic you will find in the libraries down here, pouring forth our memories of magical secrets on the crude, handmade paper. Thanks to that task, our art flourishes down here. I also led some research. What did you do at the tower? I was part of the first triad with Erica and Solberg, but Solberg is gone now. Nobody knows where he is. Erica left to plot a revenge on those on the surface, and I came here. What sort of research were you involved in? His empty gaze suddenly focuses, and he looks at you intently. On things that can bring great danger to know. Is there a particular specific fact you seek to learn? Nothing in particular at the moment. I am glad to hear it. There is little I can offer these days. I have faded. What are you waiting for? For my wife to pass on. She has a slow, wasting disease. What is the matter with your wife? She is very ill. If she were given some gray mold salve, it may well cure her. But I haven't seen any of it for a really long time. If someone could cure her, I would reward them well. But until a miracle happens, we all just wait. You said that your battles were done. What did you fight? His gaze grows distant. Oh, that was long ago. I was one of the group of magi who formed the society, who made it possible. We first had to defeat the demon Grahoth. I helped lead the attack. I helped seal him in Acronath, his prison. How did you prison Grahoth? Oh, it doesn't matter. Not anymore. He's gone, and his foul fort lies in ruin, and sealed forever. I would like to know where his prison is. His prison is far to the west of Fort Spire. It is called Scaragath. You will have to pass through the abyss to reach it. There are many traps and guardians on the way. Tell me about Acronath. Ah, yes, an unpleasant memory. That was Grahoth's fortress once. It is east of here and west of the Tower of Magi, beyond much lava. We sealed it after it was destroyed. Many horrors are trapped inside that dire fort. What sort of treasures are hidden in Acronath? There is little but ruin and rubble. Oh, and a royal seal of the Empire. One of the warriors of the first expedition had one when Grahoth trapped them there. If you had use for such a thing, it would be there. Okay, where might I find Grey Mold Salve? Grey Mold Salve is the last hope she has. On the surface, it's the most powerful general cure for disease known. It's an amazing plant. But Grey Mold is rare, and anyone down here knows how to make a proper... And hardly anyone down here knows how to make a proper salve from it. But if you can find some and save my wife, I will do for you all I can. Where should I begin my search? Speak with Kai. He's the alchemist in my tower. He may be able to direct your search, though I suspect it will be futile. I would like to explore Acronath. Can you help me? I would help you, but first I am desperate, and there is something I need. You must cure my wife of her disease, and I will tell you how to enter Acronath. You are a wizard. Can you train me? I am far past my apprentice-taking years. I am old and tired. I cannot help you. This tower is an amazing place. Is it not? It was truly an effort to assemble all these books and scrolls. People come here from all over Avernum to learn about magic, about history, about the sciences. This tower is the center of civilization in Avernum. I'm looking for something called the Avernum Bestiary. Do you have a copy? I'm afraid that I don't know. Check the catalog. It's in the middle of the largest library in the center of the tower. This library is filled with scrolls. All of them are written on leather and crude paper of some sort of the sort made down here. The wood's painstakingly formed with inks made of moss and charcoal. Though they are crude, that they are here at all and in such quantity is amazing. The book is a slim journal entitled On My Searches for the Orb of Thoralny, a brief section. So I knew that the orb could indeed enable me to fly. All but the mightiest chasms and rivers could be crossed with arrogant ease. But where was it? My best guess was Waterfall Warren, a dangerous nest of rapids west of Fort Dranland. Alas, my search came to an end there. My limited resources would be of no avail against the creatures here. So I moved on. I set my sights toward a much easier to attain goal, the Lost Blade Demon Slayer. I believe I shall find it with ease. This tome is a work in progress. It's about the rule of King Micah, wise and popular first king of Avernum. It describes his leadership when driving the demons from Avernum, clearing it for human occupation. It lists his accomplishments in banding the humans together, inspiring them to build a nation out of the darkness. It covers 40 years of Micah's rule, and of course, since Micah is still alive, it isn't done yet. The book seems surprisingly honest and even sometimes critical. Having only seen the sort of books that Emperor Hawthorne allows on the surface, this is very surprising. These large books are catalogs describing in some detail the contents of Patrick's libraries. You check to see if there is a copy of the Avernum Bestiary here. Alas, there isn't. Okay, so that's kind of the same dialogue. A young blonde woman sits at the table, reading intently. Books are stacked all around her. She picks each one up, flips through it, shakes her head, makes a little disgusted noise, and tosses it aside. Finally, she looks up at you. It is good to have a break from this wasting of my time. I am Rita the Sage, and you? She smiles. You look like adventurers, just the sort of people I can make use of. If I might ask, what are you reading? She smiles broadly. I have been honored with the privilege of studying under Patrick in his libraries. I read in an attempt to advance magical knowledge of Avernum, but most such books are worthless. Few gems in the manure. It's been difficult as Patrick hasn't been involved in the work. What topic are you researching? When I must not sort through the waste? Magical items. There are a few of these down here, but several sorts of magical charms have been found, and I am trying to tell what they do. I am working on a certain necklace now. It is slow work, but I keep at it. She starts looking around. I have written a paper on several other sorts of necklaces. It's here somewhere. What do you know about Patrick? His wife, Hathwiza, is gravely ill. She's been so for some time, and when she dies, I don't think Patrick will live long either. We'll all be on our own. Could I help cure her? Perhaps. You should speak with Patrick about that. Rita starts to reach for another book, shakes her head, and pulls her hand back. It's only another waste of my time, I think. Too much of that of late. You said that you can make use of me. I can. Very much so. You are an adventurer, yes? Wandering the deep tunnels and fighting demons and some such? Well, there is a dragon to the north. A pest. Lives near the giants. The name is Pyrog. I believe she has magical papers. If you wish to serve Avernum, find them and bring them maybe for others can grab them. And I will be rewarded? Yes, of course. With both money and such scrolls as we make here. We can pay less than others, I admit, but know that you would be serving Avernum. Who else is looking for these homes? Agents of the Empire eager to destroy them, and those who have ambition to make their own nation in the underworld. The papers would be far better in our hands. I don't have to give the papers to you. You don't, but you should. It would be a good thing for you to do. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. We can either give the papers to Thantria, give them to Rita here in Patrick's Tower, or Evis at the freehold of Kyath. Now, I think if we choose to help the Empire, it's not going to penalize our reputation, but Thantria does give the best reward. If you choose to give it to Rita, on the other hand, oh no, not that one. If you choose to give it on Rita, on the other hand, you would get a boost to reputation, but the reward isn't as good. And I think for the freehold of Kyath, you get cheaper training. So I will make that decision whenever the time comes for that. But I'll think about it. I mean, if I do give it to the Empire, then there is a series of small bookshelves here, protected by thin sheets of glass. The glass must have been brought down from the surface. Seeing actual book skin is a surprisingly moving sight. They are incredibly rare down here. The tome is a fairly simple spell book. It's mainly here to provide training in less complicated magical rituals. You can take some satisfaction in how far you have progressed beyond these basic lessons. Okay, so I'm gonna have to think about it, because I know Thantria gives the best reward, but helping Avernum out is a little bit more appealing to me. But like I said, even if you do choose to give it to Thantria or even Kyath, you will not suffer a penalty in reputation, so there is that. So I'll think about it, but a young woman with short, bright yellow hair walks around the room. She looks at scroll after scroll. She's looking for something, and she's annoyed that she isn't finding it. Hello, She is interrupted by a coughing fit. I'm Angie, lead researcher on the first expedition. What are you looking for? She stops for a bit. I'm looking for accounts of the first expedition. There are certain items they brought with them which I'd like to find. If, of course, she coughs twice, if my health permits. What sort of items did they bring? What I'm mainly looking for is information about Smite. That's a giant slaying spear. There's a lot of trouble with the giants to the north. Finding it would be really valuable. And there was more, so much more, such as an orb that lets you fly, a mighty halberd made of jade, a massive blade that can protect the wielder from demons, and a dozen other lesser but still powerful items. Whatever else you can say about the Empire, when they outfit some explorers, they don't skimp. You seem ill, why? She coughs. It's the cave. All the dampness, you know. It gives me a terrible cough. Sounds awful. You don't know the half of it. She sneezes. All the mold also makes me sneeze, and the chill makes my joints ache. Oh, how I cough. She coughs. Angie speaks with you, but she looks eager to resume her search for a scroll. What is the first expedition? The first humans who came down here. They were slaughtered. Don't you know your history? Apparently not. What killed them? Arrogance, mostly. They split up to explore. The dragon Mothrax killed some, slit others. Some just starved. The Empire decided that it was lethal down here. That's when it started exiling people to these caves. You meet a black man with very short hair and clothes made for easy traveling. He is crumbling dried herbs into a bubbling pot. When you get close, he says, "Please step lightly. Too many vibrations will spoil the mixture." He finishes adding the herbs and lets out a little sigh of relief. No explosion. Good. Now I can deal with you. I am Kai, Alchemist Patrick's Tower. What do you need? What are you making? At the moment, glue to refine some of our books. Don't worry, I have permission. They let you do alchemy so near the books? Only a small set of recipes, and mostly those that are needed to maintain the library. I am very careful. Why don't you move your workshop? Because the lower chambers where my work should be done have all been claimed by Lethem for whatever mad work he is doing. Though I have been told that Lethem has taken a leave of absence. Perhaps I should move in down there before he returns. I don't know, I think you're pretty much good. I don't think he is going to return at this rate. I wait silently to see what else you have to say. He occasionally looks under the lid of the pot to make sure nothing is going amiss. Do you do alchemical research? Some, as much as I am allowed. I came here all the way from Formello to study the scrolls and learn how to make one particular mixture. What sort of mixture? Grey Mold Salve, a special, very powerful healing potion that I almost, but not quite, figured out how to make. He considered you. You seem to have some skill. If you could locate the recipe and teach me how to make Grey Mold Salve, I could make it for you. I would even do so for free. Where should I begin my hunt for the recipe? I do have a suggestion. The main alchemist in the Tower Magi, I've heard, knows how to make it. I forget his name, but I would go there next. What is Grey Mold Salve? An incredibly strong healing potion. It cures disease and damage equally well. Grey mold is only found in the deep cave systems, and it makes an excellent curative. Where can I find grey mold? Another difficult question. I've heard rumors that a patch was found somewhere around Fort Emerald. You should ask there. Where did all these books come from? Many places. They were not teleported down here. They were smuggled. Some of them were written by us. Some were copies of books on the surface, copied from memory. Creating this library was quite an accomplishment. We are impressed, truly. Thank you very much. I'd like you to make a potion for me. Happily, there are a few non-volatile mixtures I am allowed to make here. Each requires at least 2 different herbs. Most require energetic herbs and fused with magical power for extra kick. Let me see your herbs, I'll tell you what I can make. Okay, so we can get elixirs and an invulnerability potion from him. I don't need anything. He nods and turns back to his bubbling pot. Now the reason why I didn't buy anything though is because crap, I do need grey mold though. But we do know the recipe. I learned how to make grey mold salve. At first, Kai is skeptical. Then, the more you explain, the more excited he gets. Yes, I think that would truly work. I am impressed. Now, all we need is some grey mold, and I can create the salve for you. Okay, so we do have to get more grey mold somewhere. A pale young man sits in this chair. He seems ill. He's listlessly shifting some papers around on the desk, but he's not getting anything done. He says, "Ah, a visitor. Nice to have company. I'm Adam. Don't get too close. I'm contagious. Do you work in the tower here?" "I've been sick for a while, but usually I'm one of Patrick's apprentices." "What ails you?" "I have the flu. I'll be fine in a while. It's a terrible inconvenience. I get fevers and headaches and stuff, but I'm not allowed near the scrolls." "What were you doing with the scrolls?" "I was doing research. I was researching about the use of the various crystals. They're really, really versatile." "What other sorts of crystals are there?" "There are several sorts. Piercing crystals destroy magical barriers. Purging crystals cure you of your afflictions. Wisdom crystals are the most powerful. When you listen to them, you hear voices. You can't understand the words, but when they're done, you are wiser. Then there is the Orb of Throne, similar in some ways, but also very different." "Who created them?" "We have no idea. We don't know who they were, and we don't know what language the crystals speak in. Whoever they were, they must have lived in these caves long ago. Now they're gone forever." "Do you have one?" "Sadly, no." "Do they do anything else?" "Well, I knew one mage who took one to the portal at Port Avernum. He was going to try to use the crystal's power to reverse the portal's direction. It didn't work." "What happened to it?" "The fellow told me that he barely survived the experiment, and that he left the crystal behind at the fort. He wanted nothing more to do with it." "Really? Where?" "He said that he hid it at the base of a statue. I don't know any more than that." "You take note of this. Could we wrap this up soon? I'm sorry, but I need to return to my rest." "Is there anything?" Adam listlessly shifts some papers around on his desk, but he's still not getting anything done. "Is there anything I could do to help you?" "Not to worry, it is merely a flu. I will be better soon enough." "Tell me about the Orb of Throne." "A large polished crystal brought down with the first expedition. It gave the power of flight, very useful for a group of explorers in the underworld. I believe, based on my research, that it was lost in the Waterfall Warren and Central Avernum. Any adventurer who wants to get someplace hard to reach would find it useful." We get away with stealing that. Okay, ooh. Okay, now we have to explore up here. We do have another quest for the Orb of Throne, but we'll get to that when we can. The desk contains standard stationary pens, etc. You search more carefully and find a button underneath one of the shelves. When you press the button, a narrow section of stone in the west wall slides away. There are several dusty books on the pedestal. However, you can't make any sense out of their contents. They're mainly obscure notes from obscure experiments. Nothing which could help you. There is a very sick woman here, slumped into a well-padded chair. She is half-conscious and mumbles incoherently. Her skin is pale even by Vernite standards. She is terribly ill. You doubt she will be alive much longer without help. You shake her gently, and then less gently. She doesn't respond. You try to heal Hathwise, but your efforts are unsuccessful. Whenever you need to cure her disease, you don't have it. Okay. Okay. Since we actually need to go to Caius's place to clear out that quest, head up there to get some gray mold. So let's take the portal pylon back. We actually learned how to get gray mold, stab the recipe and all that anyway. Alright. So we found more gray mold here. Let's go back to the freehold of Caius here and then clear out that quest. There's Lethem right there, actually. I convinced Lethem to come. Caius smiles, and when he arrived, he said that he decided to come on his own. I did not believe him. He is a shifty sort, but his skills are considerable. Caius gives you a pouch of silver coins, a scroll, and a crystal. A decent reward, but better awaits if you continue to help us. What else can I do for you? Another mission of recruitment. A rare opportunity. A mage has actually been banished from Avernum. He is being sent to the Abyss. He is no longer in Avernum, but I am not sure if he has reached the Abyss yet. Find this fellow and see if you can get him to come aid us. A proper reward awaits you if you do. What was his name? Alas, the rumor was vague in that area. However, mages outside of Avernum are so rare that if you find him, it will be hard to mistake him. Where is he? Outside of Avernum, either on the way to the Abyss or recently arrived there. What was he banished for? Not sure. Nothing violent. Probably refusing to bend the knee to King Micah. I'll find out when he gets here. And if he doesn't fit him, he can just be rebanished. Caius grins. That is all the business I have. Then go out. Enjoy the city we have built in the wilds. Our gates are open to you, as long as you are peaceful. He makes a show of picking up a scroll and returning to work. Once again, you meet Lethem, Arcanist of the Third Circle. It looks like his journey from Patrick's Tower was not an easy one. His right arm is bandaged and his hands and face are covered with scratches. Still, he seems in far higher spirits than he was when you met him before. I am grateful to you for telling me of this place. It has such high potential. How did you get here? On foot. Alas, by myself and with caravans. It was neither a peaceful nor a safe journey. Happily, I lived. How do you like the freehold? I love it. It is ambitious. It wishes to grow. Now that I have advised him, Caius wishes to claim the natural magical places of the northern caves. I will help him find those places of power and then harness them. Can he teach me any magic? The answer is unchanged. If you are such an amateur that my instruction would aid you, I have no interest in teaching you. I will leave you do your work. Yes, I have much to do. Worthy work at last. Actually didn't even ask him about teaching magic before. Oh, good. So now we have a recruitment of the Abyss Mage, if we can find him. First, let's go back to Darman and tell the witch about the Avernum bestiary. head back over to Patrick's tower and get Hathwyza cured. Oh, there she was right here. We went to the library in Patrick's tower, but the Avernum bestiary wasn't there. Oh dear. Once again, my wishes are denied. And once again, she pays you a tiny amount of money as reward for your efforts. The only other place the tome might be is, well, hard to reach at best. But if you ever get a chance to visit Erica's tower, look in her books and see if you can find the Avernum bestiary. I will pay you if you can tell me whether it's there or not. 50 coins is pretty modest of a reward. But if we do get her this intelligence, maybe she will give us more, and then... But now that we have some gray mold, we can go back to Kai for the gray mold salve. I'd like you to make a potion for me. I want gray mold salve. Kai reverently takes the gray mold, chops it up, and gets to boiling it down. Grateful that you taught him this recipe, he sprinkles in some other ingredients, allowing you to see everything he is doing. It only takes 15 minutes or so. Eventually, he pours a thick fluid into a gourd and seals it with a cork. With a final mumble, he hands you the potion. You rub some of the curing salve on her face and her arms. You feed her a little of the rest. Then you wait. Soon, color returns to her cheeks, her mumbling stops, and her eyes open. She looks up at you, surprised. You have cured me. I thank you, strangers. I am Hathwyza. You introduce yourselves. You should tell my husband Patrick that I am well. He will reward you, I am sure. How are you doing? I am well, thanks to you. Both I and Patrick owe you a great debt for your help. Is there anything else I can do for you? I'm afraid not. I just need to rest and recover. You leave her in peace. And we got a reputation boost because of that. I have cured your wife. Patrick still sits in his chair. His rich robes hang loosely from his thin frame. Now that Hathwyza has been cured, however, he seems much happier than when you first met him. I have cured your wife of her disease. Patrick grins. Yes, I know. And I am immensely grateful to you. In return, I will tell you something which I sense you will need to know. There is a ruined, lava-filled fortress far to the east of here. Important things lie within. Go search my desk and you will find your way to a bookshelf. There is a purple journal there. There is a phrase inside its back cover. You can use that phrase in the castle to get a gold key. Look in the cells. It will be very useful to you someday. How is your wife doing? Much better, thanks to you. Don't forget, search my office, open my secret passage, and read the purple journal you can find beyond. The phrase you will learn can be used in the castle to get a key. That information is the best reward I can give you. Then, remembering what Patrick told you, you search for the purple notebook. When you find it, you look inside the back cover. You find the phrase, the fort beckons anew. You take note of it. Alright, now that we have that pretty much taken care of. Abyss Mage, Bandit Keep, Message Varga. Let's head back to the castle really quick. You approach the gate and say the words, "The fort beckons anew." It slowly opens, revealing a small chamber beyond. You open this dusty box expecting some sort of marvelous treasure. All you find is a small gold key wrapped in a single piece of rough cloth. Okay, well, it's definitely something we're going to need later on, so I had to grab it. Okay, there's another fort down here I wanted to explore as well. We'll go up north when we can to the Abyss. Meantime, let's head down here to Fort Remote. And that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play, but I will see you all soon with the next part.